What do you want me to say something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah. Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
It's the fucking Phil Fox Scorpion. It's a move, man. You fucking dummy. Ugh. Then what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless Program. I am one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and as usual, we have the Fab Four, the Hooligoons, aka the Goon Squad, aka the Fantastic Four, aka 4 men and 1 baby. Shout out Miles. Let's start it off with the BMW, the basic male white, the counterpoint, the get off my yarder, the 1%er, the human PSA, the wheel of fortunes. Hey, there goes my neighborhood. The comedy cul-de-sac, Sean, the Mechanable McCann.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Next up, we have the Coco co-host, the Black Don Juan, Big Daddy, the Black M&M, extra nuts, Campbell's soup because he's just good. The no apple, all PC, Manulus Rojas Martin Jr.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for tuning in.
And last, but certainly not least, we have the Seattle native, a.k.a. Chief Green Cloud, a.k.a. a Hayawatamaya Smoking, a.k.a. a pot of hot mess, the Sacagawea, the Chief Spitting Bull, the Box Checker, murderer. They call him the uncancelable
Murderer.
Hey, I'm not racist. Tyler, don't call me Claus Smith.
Whoa. How's it going, boys? Good to be back. Good to be back.
You're like cut
faint.
off. Why are you so cut off?
Yeah.
Like the bottom half of you.
The bottom half.
There you go. Shout outs to everybody in the stream. We got Victoria, we got Victoria, we got Victoria, we got Victoria. And stream elements. Whoa, what was that, Tyler?
He's trying.
I see a pussycat.
Are
Are you by a mirror naked? Hello.
Hello.
So just preface this episode by saying that Sean is in recovery.
Yes.
How you feeling?
dude? I feel terrible. It's I went and had some dental work today done. What's new? And yeah, dude, my numbing's coming off now. I can feel everything. It's a crown. Oh, dude, it's just and the cold just murders it.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
I'll never forget when I tore my Achilles, like basically after they reattach it, you start feeling this throbbing in your ankle, like the pulling. And I remember telling my dad, I was like, hey, man, I need the pain medication that they prescribed me. And he was like, you don't need that. You're just going to get hooked. And I was like, I need the fucing pills right now. And
Dude,
like
you were already hooked.
Yeah.
I'm right there. I took ibuprofen, but I have Doc Watson's too, just in case.
Yeah.
What's
man.
Doc Watson's?
Vicodin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because it says
is
Watson.
that like a known thing?
Yeah, it says Watson on it, so
Oh,
you call him Doc Watson's.
and shout out to Alice Mariah.
That sounds like such like a 20s term.
Like 20-year-old or 1920s?
Like 1920s. Because the Watson part.
I got some Doc Watsons, the old quack prescribed me.
Little snake oil.
Oh, man.
Oh shit, Sean, you can see it.
You're
You can see
fucking
the-
face.
Oh, it sucks, dude. I'm just this side of my face is nothing.
Oh,
It just
What a fucking soldier though that you're still
that's
here.
what I'm saying, man. Yeah, I respect your craft.
you know what they say to so like they're just grinding. At first it's like
Ooh.
and then you can feel it touching your nerves. So you have to keep telling them to
Yeah.
stop because it's sending electricity through your
Crispy
body.
Yeah.
And then they kept numbing me up, dude. And then they're like, make sure you're breathing, dude, because you're stopping breathing. So I had to keep breathing through my nose, you know, like
Shit.
And then as they're shaving all that tooth off, because on a crown, dude, I've never had a crown before.
Yeah.
But they shave your tooth round.
Yeah.
So they're shaving. And dude, all the smell was going into my nose.
Oh, it's the worst. And it's probably different, but like last time I had any type of like real dental work, I was like a kid, but like they like the guy, like literally I remember feeling the burning sensation of the drill on my tooth to like even out the chip. And it was just, it's the worst.
Oh,
so you were saying that it's like hitting the nerve. They didn't drug you up.
Oh
They
yeah,
did,
dude.
but it's
so
like you can still feel it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because he's putting it in my mouth and he kept doing it, and then he's like, dude, we just went from like 2 hours to 6 hours of numb, and which is true. I'm just so numb. But he said this. He said, hey, dude, did you have red hair? And I was like, yeah, not on top, but mostly through my beard.
Oh,
I had
yeah, more
red
sensitive.
stripes.
Yeah.
And he said there's been studies done and they don't understand why, but people with red hair have a harder time with the Novocaine.
Oh yeah. Well, I know like pregnant women, like they ask you if you're a redhead because they're like, yeah, pain is a lot more like severe.
Yeah, you're more sensitive.
Really?
Yeah, I knew that. But the positive, you were great.
Here we
in
go.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Hold on, let me think. Nice. Yeah, Two-Face.
Yeah.
Alice, bring it. By the way,
I got it.
You know what? You got me on a good day because I won't be able to respond really with anything.
Yeah. For the listeners, Alice Mariah said, today I'm afraid to make jokes about Sean. Ping can really make you snap. And B.S. Jeffrey said, redheads are Neanderthal freaks. Thank you. And shout out to B.S. that's in here. Alice said, I think the dentist didn't give me enough. It's needles over and over twisting the nerves away, and they look like sewing needles, but with corkscrews for a root canal. Oh, God.
See, and I got ahead of a root canal just barely. That's why they did it. I wasn't supposed to have it happen today, and they were like, dude, you do this now or we'll have a problem later. And I just had teeth pulled. I'm just...
Well, and
Dang.
you told us ahead of time if you at some point are like, I gotta go, then
yeah. So we'll see how I do.
We'll do our little new segment though before. Like if you're starting to feel it, let us know and we'll cut to the segment.
Which I will just be an observer of because there's no way I can. Bro, cold and sugar is not on the menu.
Pussy.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Alice, here you go. Yep, I'm a fucking pussy. Goddamn right.
I'm joking. I know. All right, so we got a bunch of shit on the docket. Dude, the nuclear fusion shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
Who put that in there?
That was me. So for those of you who don't know, it was actually on December 5th they found that, or they actually completed the first nuclear fusion, and basically they created a sun in a box. But it is actually, it takes less energy to make this nuclear fusion than what it exports. So it's essentially limitless energy. So you're putting less energy into this thing that's expelling just endless energy. So it's fusing two atoms and not creating any waste. So essentially we'll be able to do away with fossil fuels. I know it's going to be a hell of a battle because there's that old, segment of the world who's like, we're not giving up fucking oil. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I mean, nuclear fusion, man, that's like next level shit. So
yeah. And I read, they said something like, a cup of this nuclear fusion or whatever. What did they say? It was like it could power your house for like 500 years or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, and the guy was actually saying all we need to power it is actually salt water. And we have 32 million plus years of salt water that we can use to power these little suns that are fused together. And the US is leading this technology. So essentially, I mean, fuck, you won't need oil. I mean, might be able to save the world after all, but I'm sure that it's going to be a battle with the big oil tycoons.
And they said it would be decades, right, before we even.
Yeah, it'll most likely be like Miles' generation that first gets to use it. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll be gone. Unless that thing that I sent you where they are learning how to reverse genes to, yeah, like literally. So for those of you who I don't think I told, but they had this study with mice where they have found how to turn on and off the aging genes, and basically helps memory. It helps, it actually can reverse aging. So they had an old mouse, turned it back in time, and basically it's like the equivalent of a teenager. So it's like fucking like rabbits, and it's like moving around mazes quick. So yeah, I mean, technology and science, like Sean said, it is just speeding up where it's like, it was this long, now it's this long, now it's this long, and it's just like every couple of like years, it's just gonna leap forward another, and then it'll be seconds. So
Oh yeah.
Ever since we had the aliens visit us in Roswell.
probably,
Mhm.
yeah. So, but no, I mean, that's really just big news. I mean, as far as science goes, it's like that had been an 80+ year in the making study that actually finally just happened. So,
By the way, Tyler, I know what you're doing. He keeps moving to see his beard move. I know what you're doing.
I thought it was a Santa's beard, but it's a smoky beard.
That's nice.
Alice said, what if it gets out that these weapons are really for a future alien attack? Yeah, I mean,
It could be.
But
yeah, apparently it's not as dangerous as a sun in a box. It's like if they open it, it wouldn't.
It's
kill
my
it.
son in a box.
So stupid.
Which it could also be dick in the box. I mean,
Yeah,
it's your
there you go.
pre-son in a box.
There you. See what you
Oh
did.
God.
Fine, this wasn't worth it.
What's pilk? Who put pilk? What is that?
That's the challenge.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Biden signed the Respect for Marriage Act today.
Yeah, I've heard the actual legal breakdown of it, and it really, like, I still don't quite understand it, but it respects if you were married in a state where it still kind of gives states the right to choose, which is the only reason I think that half of
That's how it should be. Everything should be that.
I don't know.
No, just as a general thought, dude. I'm not picking on this one thing, but everything should be for the states to choose. The Fed should not be in the business of that.
I think what the one thing I was reading is it was saying
maybe on some things.
I think on some things they should step in.
Like what?
The government doesn't do anything though.
Like gay marriage or abortion.
Wait. So you're saying the Fed should step in on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they should get rid of gay marriage and abortion.
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that we support all love for everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, who you love. We support you and keep fighting the good fight. Back to you guys.
Obviously, I'm kidding as someone who has done both of those things.
What state can't you get married in if you're gay?
Like let's just say we turn it back to the states. I mean,
No.
like all the southern or all the red states essentially could reverse and nullify all these other, marriages. Like imagine you're carrying weed, they pass it in your state, and then all of a sudden you're locked up for like a decade because Alabama wants to be like, oh, hey, you had an ounce of weed on you. I don't know if I feel like that should be justifiable.
Yeah, but think of it this though. Think of it this way:
Go for it.
that in Washington, where it's legal, the state has said it's legal, but the feds are coming in saying no, it is not.
Right. That's why I'm saying the Fed should say it's legal, right?
I mean, they do that already, don't they?
The Fed should not have a say in it.
I'm just saying, like I don't think that it should be. You shouldn't. I feel like weed should just be passed just across the board, right? And I don't feel like any state like in Alabama, a Mississippi, somebody who, just because somebody is like, oh, I'm against weed, like they shouldn't be able to just like take you like because you stepped over there across their border and said, oh, you had weed in your pocket, and they're like, oh, Sean, I'm going to put you 20 years hard labor because of, or somebody like you,
hard labor.
Yeah, you know what I mean, hard labor, son.
But learn how to play ball.
Yeah.
You saying that to Manny?
Racist.
Well, because if you're really good at playing ball, then you won't be sentenced to hard labor.
Oh, nice.
Good recovery, Santa.
Not bad.
But what I was reading on it, and as I always caveat, I never really read anything. I just glance. Jesus,
right.
glisten.
Learn, glisten, listen.
I glisten as I'm reading it.
You had a glazy?
Yeah. Gluck. But it was saying that basically all the states will have to honor your marriage certificate from whatever state. Right. Is what I was reading. And then it also had something to do about interracial marriages.
Right,
Like-
which would be hilarious if they did away with it. I'd be like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Crystal, you gotta go.
I think they might have lumped in both of them together.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
was like, who's going to oppose this?
But you know what's interesting
You
is
know?
like the person who actually started all this controversy was actually Clarence Thomas. In his opinion piece, he wrote that gay marriage should be, reviewed, but it actually opened up the case for the like Loving Virginia case of interracial marriage, and he's in an interracial marriage. So it's like shit, maybe he's just, like, what if they did away with his marriage? I'm sure he wouldn't mind. His wife looks crazy as shit anyways. And
Yeah,
so
he'd
she
probably
tried
be
to-
into it.
yeah, he's like, sorry, you gotta go.
Hey, that makes sense to me though, given where things are, and that's a true thing, that because everything is federalized, and then you have a Supreme Court that may overturn that,
Right.
because they're at the federal level, it does make sense that the feds are like, look, if this is all federal level and we have somebody at the federal level that's going to change this, then at the federal level, we're going to make a rule that you can't.
Right.
I get it. I get it. Look, I'm very libertarian in most things, and so I think that carries with what that comes with is that I don't want the feds involved in anything, because that is not their job. It goes back to this, oh man, I hate this. Anyways, and I'm not talking about my mouth. I mean the Fed. That they solidified those laws. But
I thought it was gay marriage.
That's what I was trying to get to. What was I gonna say, dude? I can't remember. I just don't like the feds getting involved in stuff. This is what I was gonna say. Is I think we talked about this on a podcast before, but the whole thing with being a politician wasn't supposed to be a job or a career. Right. It was supposed to be something that it would be like this, Jay. If we're all in the room and I'm like, you know what, man, I think you would be. I thought Sean was a conservative. That's weird, but I get it. So if I was like, hey, Jay, dude, you know what? I think the way you talk, the way you think, and the impact you have on people around you, you actually should be the president. And you're like, dude, I've got my farms that I'm because we're going back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
I got my farms to take care of. I got my crops to deal with. I get up at 5 in the morning, run my tractor, I have slaves, right? Yeah. I have to maintain.
Wait, can we not use me for this example?
But you would have to be talked into it. It's not something you wanted to do. It's something you do for the good of the country because you're patriotic. And so you're like, okay, dude, I'll do it for 2 years and I'm out. And you hate it. It's not something you want.
Yeah.
So that has changed now. And feds, you hear about senators. Look at Pelosi or look at any of these people that have been in here. McConnell. They've been in for decades.
Yeah.
And it's their career and they make all their money. Yeah. So,
but you know what the other problem with that is? You know what the problem is like, it's like the inmates running the asylum. It's like they're able to write rules for themselves to benefit, right? They can have lobbyists. They can have all kind of like insider trading. And
they get us trade stocks.
Crazy, right?
It's crazy. It should all be blind, but instead they get to know all the inside stuff, how things are going to shift, and then they get to invest to make tons of money. Yeah. Why do you think senators are worth $10 million, $20 million when they make less than I do?
Right, and then and then on top of that,
10 million you're talking about.
With the lobbyists. I mean, imagine that. Imagine being a lobbyist, being like, "Hey, I'll give you $10 million if you help pass this bill, and I'll write it for you."
And then you're allowed to go be one after you're a senator. You're allowed to go be a lobbyist.
It's crazy,
with all those connections already.
Yep.
Which should also be illegal.
Yeah.
It's so fucking wild.
And also, and
people all depend on it. They're all like, no, the government can fix it. We need the government to step in to do this. And we need the government to come in and check Twitter. We need the government to come in and do this. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. Quit relying on the government. Rely on yourself. Let the free market make decisions. To a point. Yeah.
Victoria said, I'm going to run for president now.
Speaking of Twitter, Dave Chappelle and Elon Musk.
That speaking of Twitter?
Well, because he said the thing about
I thought you were talking about her twits. What?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Elon getting booed on stage for 5 continuous minutes?
It's all dumb sheep that were in that audience. I mean,
Wait, what was that?
They're all stupid sheep. They're booing because they think they're supposed to. Like they think it's the cool thing to do.
I don't know.
Oh God,
Elon turned into a bit of a supervillain overnight. Yeah, I mean, because like literally, he was like, the Democrats are the worst things in the in the world. I'm gonna vote for. I'm voting Republican forever.
Well, he's wrong there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, be a little bit down the middle. Be an independent thinker, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
what he does say though is he is all the reason. That's actually, I'm glad you brought that up because that's another thing that gets passed by. He said that with context, though, and his context was it can't be all one party running something. It has to be split. And so that was the context when he said that. It wasn't just saying, hey, screw Democrats, vote Republican. What he's saying dude, we need a balance. It must be maintained. There must be a balance because all these politicians on both sides are absolutely corrupt.
You know what I love?
There must be balance.
Okay, so everybody watching, this was Sean literally like probably 6 months ago with Kanye. Like, it's context.
It is. It's always context. And same with Kanye now. It's context. You listen to him and you're like, bro, you are wrong. You are 1,000,000% wrong. You know what it is? I do want to. I am biased with Kanye.
Yeah.
I totally, but everything that's happened has been very easy to separate from that, and it's more of a disappointment than hatred.
Yeah, no,
but
I'm with you.
Dude, you got to bring facts into it so that people get so wound up in their own bias that they can't see the other side.
I will say though, like I mean, sometimes it's good to just play the background. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be like this is my thing with Elon. Play the background, man. Like you're one of the smartest dudes in the room. You don't have to be the dude on Twitter just stirring up shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like, look at what Biden's son did. Look at his dick. Look at this. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad he did that Biden shit. I'm so glad he did that. I'm glad he released all that because it showed the absolute corruption and bias within Twitter, the connections and relationships between the federal government, being the Democrats at this point, having a direct line into them and stopping things from being said. COVID stuff, we're learning more and more about it.
Challenge that thought because the Democrats weren't even in power when that was happening. That was under Trump's administration. That was the whole the Biden laptop was apparently getting
that doesn't matter who was in the administration. The Democrats had a direct line in, and the Republicans got squashed. And you can't have that on a social media site as big as Twitter. It doesn't matter who was president at the time. It's that the Democrats were doing what they could do through relationships to squash and affect an outcome of
I mean, I like
elections.
But if it's me and Miles has a dick pic on a laptop out there, I'm gonna be like, yeah, can you guys prevent my son's dick from going all over the web? I mean,
but with that, your son Miles, he was also making money off the Russians, making money off the Chinese at that time, getting his dad in to have relations.
Is that officially documented, or are we just?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'll have to read.
Yeah. Go look at. They have all the information from that laptop. They have all the emails between Twitter and the Democrats and the back and forth, all the stuff they said they weren't doing. We actually have real things in front of us saying that did happen. And again, I vote Democrat. Right. This is what bothers me about it is that these I don't care about Republicans. I'm not looking at them. I'm right now looking at what Democrats are doing. And
for sure, I'm not one of those people who are like the what ifs. I mean, or the what aboutisms. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'm not gonna die on the back of Joe Biden's son. You know what I mean? I'm not like Jared Kushner. He has $2 billion over some deal, and we have no idea what it is.
Yes,
but that. I'm not doing the what aboutisms. I'm saying both sides can be wrong.
You just did.
They are wrong.
I'm not gonna bring up other people, but Jared Kushner. I mean, but I'm not gonna bring that up.
We'll bring up, that he lives at 666, but the Christians still want to support him.
By the way, Victoria, I wore that last week.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, Sean, that fucking Bert Kreischer hat is dope.
It is.
What is it? A Rainier?
Yeah. I can't tell if it is. It seems like it is. It's got a really fat R on it. It's camouflage. Yeah,
it probably is. I can see he comes up to Seattle every now and then.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna say something, but now I forgot. Fuck, it doesn't matter.
Just cut us off next time.
No. It doesn't matter. Oh no, I know what I was gonna say. Sean, I was gonna ask Sean about Elon. Do you think he's? It seems like he's gotten to where he's enjoying being in the limelight and doing it more and more. And I think that's affecting like people's view on him. Like,
yeah,
if he did everything he was doing but stayed out of the limelight, kind of like what you were saying, Manny.
Yeah.
You know, lay off all the Twitter people in this, but he's not fucking like tweeting out like good riddance or whatever the fuck. Do you think
he just did that thing he put out, I think it was today, where he got in an argument with that astronaut senator from Arizona.
Oh yeah, Mark Kelly.
Yeah, dude, out of the blue, he puts out Elon puts out a thing saying my pronouns are prosecute Fauci.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, so what's your point with that? You talk about the Fauci stuff, because I think there's some real stuff there. But dude, don't do that, because all you're doing is sparking up some horse shit, and it does nobody any good.
I think he also thinks he's being a comedian. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard.
Chappelle, Rogan.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you think that you're also as funny, and then also you've been on SNL and you had some funny sketches, but it's like,
They were
but you're not that dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Man, do you think he has a team of writers helping him with his tweets?
I think the problem is no.
Yeah.
I think that's the
You don't
problem.
think?
You should
What
submit.
if he does? I mean, like, he's a billionaire. He probably has a room full of people like, should I tweet this? Should I tweet
No,
this?
that was the problem. That's what the problem was. He gets in trouble with the SEC for saying stuff that shifts markets.
Right,
and they're like, dude, you have to.
And that's
so
why
they made a
had
rule.
to buy Twitter, right?
No, he didn't. No, but he did get in trouble with the SEC to the point where they said that he has to have somebody has to check his tweets before he tweets them. And his response was, nope, not doing that. Free speech. I tweet whatever I want.
It's pretty crazy to be able to shift the market like that. You know what I mean?
You can say like the Dogecoin stuff, dude, would shift.
Yeah.
With anything he said, it was huge.
It's also interesting. Didn't he get his money from his dad though?
No, he got some money from his dad, absolutely, but not billions.
Not billions,
billions.
But it is easier to start when you have money, right?
Oh, sure, but bro, but let's do this though. Because I hear people say that, but especially with Elon Musk, where that whole argument completely collapses on itself is when you can sit here and say SpaceX, PayPal, Tesla, like, dude, the Boring Company, the things he has done aren't just like successful businesses. Like, you know, there's the family down the street has a nice successful Italian restaurant. His are world-shaping, humanity-changing companies that are billions of dollars. NASA pays him to take payloads up.
For sure.
He made the electric car that nobody else could do.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Level.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But it's easier to be successful when you have a little bit of money in your pocket. Don't get me wrong. Brilliant mind, beyond brilliant.
It's easier
mind.
to do things. I don't think it's easier to be successful.
I will say this though. Look at Trump though, right?
Yeah, he had his dog. Look at that dog. That's such a cute dog.
Way to kill that conversation. That was your point.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, what's our next topic?
Well, no, real quick, just talking about money. This is just an interesting thing I found out, I think, for myself. So, I mean, you know, my dad was in the process of dying and shit, so I was stressed about that. But like November, before my dad, well, no, my dad had the thing in October. The last few months, I've been sleeping like shit. I can't. I haven't been able to sleep very well.
Hair on.
What's up?
Hair on.
Yeah. So about 2 weeks ago, I sold some stock just because I was like, I don't want to worry about like financial shit. I was stressing about shit like that. Paid Sean back. Sean had lent me some money and like paid up a bunch of bills and stuff. And dude, since then, I have, you know, like a nice chunk of change in the bank right now. Totally. Dude, I'm sleeping great. It's crazy how not having to stress about money, it fucking just changes your whole fucking day. You know, it's just,
imagine living a life. Dude. Imagine living your entire life like that, right? Where it's like, you didn't have to worry about anything. You got to focus on whatever job you were going for, or even education to that extent. Like, dude, let's say you had, like, let's just say, just hypothetically speaking, we all had $1 million in the bank. And then
Sean, I mean,
well, Sean already does, but it's like me, I would quit my job. I go back to school and get a better job. You know what I mean?
No.
yeah, I think
Really,
think
you
Sean,
would get a job?
If I only had $1 million, yeah. I mean, if I had 100 million,
man, if I had $1 million, I'd get a job.
well, no, I would want to take the right classes in order to like better my money. I mean, you know, it's like I know how to invest to a certain extent, but it's like, what else are you going to do with your time? I would love to just better my mind, you know, but I'm with Jay though. I think you sleep better when you just know everything's paid. You don't have to worry about where your next meal's coming from. Or
and
you know,
my
if you got $1 million now, that would be for you, Manny. If you got $1 million that you didn't earn,
right?
I think you'd shit it away.
You
have a different perspective because your life and your experiences brought you to this point where you're talking about that you'd further yourself and get educated more.
Oh, you're saying if I started with $1 million?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I think people who also have money, like they're just, it's easier to piss it away. I mean, like look at Trump, right? He had all that money and still blew it all. It doesn't mean that, like you said, you're not always going to be successful. But
and he was completely off of his pops, right? Because his dad was in the exact same business as him, so it was easiest to float through
it all on. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it was Rogan was saying that he felt like he made it when he was able to put all of his bills on auto pay and never had to look at his account or worry about it.
Imagine.
And I'm like, man, that just gotta be, there's no stress. You have there's stress
none.
for that. Yeah.
Imagine if Sean were still living in that place where that person won $2 billion. Imagine you're that person right now and you have $1 billion coming to you. Like you just literally auto pay everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not second guessing shit. Probably for the first few months or years, you're like, can I buy that? Can I buy that? And then after a while, you're like, oh no, I can afford all this because you know, you're investing to the point where it's like, even if you put it in the lowest interest, you're just gaining.
But then what happens? Right? Because if you have no boundaries and you can do anything, then you turn into Kanye.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you're surrounded by yes men once again.
You need a higher thing. Yeah, you get to a place where like, what do you strive for? Because that's
why I think I'd want to be more educated, just learning like something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I just couldn't sit there and play PlayStation all day. You know what I mean? Or hang out with my family all day. Wait, what was that?
It depends on if Starfield's out by then.
And I'll start using VR. I mean, you can afford it. So,
by the way, I want to say that BS Jeffrey's been putting some comments in here, and a few of them, as they come through and I read them, I'm like, with all the funny stuff he says, you know, I think this fucker's super smart.
Oh yeah,
like, to another level. Yeah. I can't remember what it was. There was something he put in here, and I was just like, dude, yeah, that's a really good point. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
He was always like a very smart writer too, when we would do open mics. So.
I wish have I met him? Have I ever met him before?
I don't know. I don't know. He looked like the Unabomber.
If you had gone to the underground, you probably would recognize him. So yeah.
What's the you got caught slipping?
Oh my God, this morning. So multitasking, not paying attention to what I'm doing. Watching Miles, also like doing a little bit of work. And so I get this message, not going to argue with Sean at that point. So I get this message from this girl who actually was at our show when we did Jokers. And she was like, hey, I just was wondering if you would vote for me for the best like vet, you know, like I like top vet of this area. And I'm like, sure.
Army, Marines.
No. See what you did there. Yeah. So this whole thing. And then she's like, so I got to send you the link. You click on it and then you send it to me. And then I was like, something's not adding up in my head, but
Fishing.
I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. I'm tired. I'm not thinking about it. Right. So I see this thing. It says IG. I didn't even dawn on me that said IG.me. And then basically what it was is you click on that link and it takes you right to my profile. And then you basically have access. Right. And I shared it like a dumbass. And then I was like, oh, fuck me. And I was like, I deleted it. I was like, you caught me slipping. And then I was like, it looks like a hack. And they're like, what are you talking about? So I went in, like my email was changed. My number was changed. I literally got in enough time to log everybody out, change everything that I needed to, did double authentication. But it was like, fuck, man, you got to really think. I mean, it was like, I would like, because I have friends who are like, they do some of those best of Western Washington things.
Yeah.
whatever else. And I'm like, anytime I can help somebody out, especially when you've supported us and you got on our shows, I'm like, for sure. But basically her account got hacked. Somebody was in there, but it was like the great, what was it? The Great Gomez 465 at outlook.com. I was like, oh, this motherfucker. So
the Adam Sandler hacked you.
Yeah, right.
There's another. Oh, did it really? She lose her stuff?
She was logged out of Facebook for a while.
Wait, who is that?
Angel, my girl.
Oh,
It took her a minute to get back in there.
Yeah.
But,
what were you gonna say, Sean? There's also another one through Google, like where Crystal had gotten hit up because she does a lot of sales through the marketplace app. Then they were like, hey, I just need to verify you before I do this. So I'm gonna send you this Google link. She clicked on it. Basically, they've been mimicking her number. Of course, she's tired too, been up with the baby for however many hours. So people have been pretending to have her number and calling, and so they are able to duplicate the number through that. So she's got to go through and like fix that shit.
Jesus.
So, it's nuts, man. You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't click on shit. Yeah. There's a scam. I actually called my folks about this because I've read a couple stories about this. It seems like it's a thing that's happening more and more. It's been going for a while too. It's where so for instance, none of this. Well, actually, I'll do it this way. This is one of the real stories. A daughter. She's like 19 years old or something. She's going off on a trip for whatever reason. Her dad takes her to the airport, drops her off the airport, and they had an understanding for whatever reason it was that when she got there, she wasn't going to hit him up, right, to say she made it safely, that it was for whatever reason, he felt good with whatever the thing was, and she was off doing her thing. So, okay, cool. A couple hours later, he gets a call from his daughter and answers it, and it's this dude on the phone. He's like, hey, so I got your daughter. I've taken her, and I want money. I want $1,500. And then she's like screaming in the background, and he's like turning around and saying, shut up, and talking all this shit. And so then the guy, the dad's like, I have a
how
special
much?
set
of skills and
$1,500. He wants $1,500. He wants it now, and if you don't send it to me, I'll send your daughter back pregnant. All this kind of stuff, dude. He was like tripping out, and I was watching him tell the story on video. He was,
okay.
It wasn't just written; he was telling the story.
This is real, so this isn't even like the movie Taken. Okay,
no, this is real, yeah.
Okay.
And so then he's, they're like talking. Get out! You're not supposed to be up there, man. So they're talking about it, and so dude wires the money. He sends the $1,500, and then he's like tripping out. So he calls back to like make sure they got the money. So he calls up his daughter, and she's like, hey, daddy. And he's like, dude, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, what's going on? Dude, what? Blah, 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 kidnapped. So it's all horse shit. People are spoofing numbers.
Right.
And then they're calling up people saying, hey, I got your, and this has been going on for a while, but it seems to be ramping up. So like I told my folks, we have a certain code thing. And so, like I told them, hey, if this happens, and, especially given my past, it's maybe a little more believable that might happen. Right. So I said, dude, if anybody ever calls and says they got me hostage, just hang up on them.
Yeah.
And then call me back.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
they call for my number, then call me back before.
What was the code? The code word?
It's
but it's wild.
It's taped to your phone.
They did that to my father-in-law with his stepson. Shit. Like they were like, hey, we've got Frank, here, and they were saying they were the police. They have him locked up. They're like, Frank needs, they were like, Frank needs bail money and blah blah. And my father-in-law was just like, let him sit in there for a minute.
That's Frank's problem.
Yeah, that's Frank's problem.
Like, no, wait, hold on a sec. Maybe he didn't
and then he hung up.
Like, oh wait, no, we're kidnappers.
Yeah. Well, he needs new friends. No. We're raping him. Wait, what?
Well, he had a hard dating life.
I'm gonna move the NBA trophy thing down so we can get to the new segment.
The ibuprofen is kicking in. Oh God, finally.
Oh, so you can do it.
No, I am not touching this, dude. This right here is warm water. Yeah.
I'm okay. All right. So this is a segment that Sean thought up. Great.
Yeah, it's going to be a new segment, but this is the first part of the segment. Yeah.
Just waiting for when it's the heroin challenge.
Does anybody
pull it a little tighter?
Just nodding off.
Oh man, I wish you would have done this at the beginning. Now my my drinks are warm.
Yeah, like my
Okay.
milk's all warm and shit.
So does anybody have a theme song? TikTok trends. It's the TikTok trends. It's the TikTok trends.
I like it.
All right.
All right. So yeah, what we're doing is we're gonna do like some trends that you see on TikTok.
I can't get past this, by the way, Jay.
What?
I keep seeing this as I talk. So you,
I'm you.
Yeah, it doesn't get.
You're Hitler.
It's really dark. I always look like Hitler.
Oh my God.
Or
Kanye's
Charlie
favorite.
Chaplin. So today we're doing the TikTok trend. It's called
That's
the
by
Pilk
Hitler.
challenge.
The Pilk challenge, and I saw Lindsay Lohan do it.
Pepsi
on
and
Yeah.
commercial.
Oh, go ahead.
I got my Pepsi, but they didn't have milk, so I got Nesquik. So mine's
Nice.
gonna be a Piss Quick.
Okay,
Challenge.
all right. Wait, is
What
that like
flavor? What
is
flavor?
that chocolate or is that vanilla?
It's vanilla.
Did you hear what he did? Everybody just walked right over what he said.
Bisquick?
It's called Piss Quick instead of Pilk. That's awesome. Actually,
let me
want to
see
do
your-
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. you'll be
Let me
pissing
see your
out ass.
Pepsi.
My
Woohoo's?
Pepsi.
Everybody's?
No,
Or-
Tyler's. Oh,
Dude,
you
that's
got-
what I
wow,
got
that's a
today.
holiday one. I got this.
$2.59 for that can.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I just got mine for free because I just walked out.
Yeah.
I
Just
got-
walked out of the store.
I got the fucking 7-Eleven milk, which
There
I'll
you
probably
go.
die.
Oh,
All right. Well,
Now, what's the balance? Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and by the way,
3/4.
Yeah.
Couple splashes.
of what? What's a couple
Milk.
splashes?
Milk is just a couple splashes.
Okay.
Just to get it
I got to
like
drink.
Kahlua.
I did half and half. Okay. So
And by the way, for anybody listening or watching, this is the fucking Laverne and Shirley. Laverne's drink was Pepsi and milk
Wow.
on the
is that what
Laverne
you were
and Shirley
trying to
show.
say in that text? Missing
That's
words?
yeah. That was Laverne. It was Laverne DeFazio from Laverne and Shirley. That was her drink on the
Schmeasel.
show. Was Pepsi and milk.
Okay, so take us through this
Pepsi,
again.
yeah.
You said that it is 1/3.
It's like 3/4 Pepsi and he said a splash of milk.
You just
I'm-
you put in your Pepsi and it's to make it look like you put Kahlua in
Oh,
coffee.
so it's not like a whole thing of milk.
No, it's not white. It's supposed
Oh,
to be
shit,
brown.
you're doing it right now? You want to wait?
No. This is just milk. I'm drinking some
Oh,
of the
okay.
milk down because I had way
You
too
put
much milk. I
the-
had a half a glass.
You're probably good with what you got now.
With
man.
that,
You
okay.
put milk in
So
first.
so you're saying that should be good, Sean.
Yeah. So by the way, just so everybody can be a part of
That's
this,
good.
the text that he sent yesterday was Laverne from Laverne and Shirley, Pepsi and milk.
What was
does
right
that
before
mean?
that?
Oh shit, I'll have to check. So it was like this, dude. Great. For the next podcast, we should all get a can of Pepsi and some milk and try this Pilk thing everyone's talking about. Jay, great idea. We got to get on all the TikTok trend shit. Sean, 1 chip challenge. My response was, dude, great idea. A TikTok trend segment, nice. And fuck that. To
Okay.
the chip thing. And then he
I
says,
went with this much. Is
and
this
then he
too
says, Laverne from Laverne and Shirley,
That's
Pepsi and milk.
No, drink some of that down. That's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Okay.
So
So are we all
Okay,
gonna
and
taste
it
at
looks
the same
like,
time?
and it's like
It's supposed to kind of look brownish, right?
if I remember right, it tastes like a milkshake or a root
right.
beer
yeah, it's supposed
float.
to be more. It's supposed to be brown, not white.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
So you're putting just some in.
I did this also back in the Laverne and Shirley days and tried it, and
No shit,
if I
okay.
remember, it was like a root beer float.
all right. We
So
ready?
I'm
gentlemen?
ready.
All right.
All right, here we
Cheers.
go.
Mm.
Sláinte. Here we go.
Cilantro. Oh yeah, there you go.
cilantro?
Cilantro. Oh, I'm allergic.
Not
I
bad.
mean,
That's not. No, you're not TikToking it though. People go like this.
Ew! What the?
Whoa!
God, this is the best thing I've done. Like this. Oh yuck! There's no
What?
way. This is gross. Oh my god.
oh, I'm coming. Oh,
It's like a party in my mouth.
So really, that's
I mean,
it.
it's yeah.
It's
anyone using-
literally like the equivalent of a root beer float, like you said.
yeah.
But
it's,
I'm more
Are
of
you
a
gonna-
Coca-Cola guy. I don't really fuck with Pepsi like that.
So you
Yeah.
like, is this an enjoyable experience?
I
Do you,
wouldn't
like,
do it again.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
And then, dude,
I don't think I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
I bet it
You're not-
tastes weird with chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
If you had done chocolate, I wonder what that would have been.
It's like got like it's
Oh,
like
okay.
foamy, in here.
Yeah.
But
Look like
So-
straight disease in that
Piss
cup.
quick is
You know,
bad.
yeah,
right.
it's fucking they get the 7-Eleven milk comes from rats.
That's what it's gonna turn into when it gets into my ass.
Weird videos, Jay. Like because of the cum.
Yeah, right. I like how this does get real cummy.
Yeah, but if you post
Looks like
this,
somebody shot a load in my Pepsi.
post this, and you'll get 1 million followers on
does it?
TikTok.
Yeah, seriously, Jesus. I bet you anything. I mean, okay. So let's go around. Let's.
That looks chunky.
It looks like
bro.
the ocean when it gets too nasty.
does.
All that
Okay.
foam.
Oh yeah.
God.
Okay, so let's do this.
Oh,
Let's do this. just because we need the sound bite and we need the clip. Let's go around. Let's start with Tyler. You take a sip, and then you tell us what your reaction is.
Oh my god. That tastes just like cum.
Wait, what are you using as a reference?
Oh, God,
All right,
left
Jay, you're up.
All right, there we
The
go.
Pepsi Milk Challenge. Oh my god.
He goes, I agree.
That tastes like Tyler's cum. Cum everywhere.
And what are you using as a reference?
Oh fuck.
Oh my god. All right, ready? All right,
Manny.
oh, mine tastes straight. All right, here we go. Yeah, I can love it.
No, Manny's like, this tastes really good and familiar.
Yeah.
So yours
that
tastes like a
taste?
straight dude's cum.
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that it is okay if you are a I don't know, a cum swallower or cum taster. We don't want to judge you. We don't want to judge anybody. We
what
don't
a
judge
weird,
anybody in their
wow.
preferences. We just want to say we love everybody. Keep fighting the good fight, and we're here to support you.
I swear you should have wrote that marriage bill. Hey, you fucking gay cum guzzlers. You should be able to marry. I don't care if you fuck him in his ass. Fuck. What the fuck?
Oh
Love
my
is
God.
love. If you love the cock, so be it. I don't know what that accent is.
Oh my god! But we do love everybody.
Oh fuck! But yeah, this is a new segment. TikTok trends to TikTok trends. TikTok trends to TikTok trends. So you can tune in next week when Sean does the one chip challenge, right,
No,
Sean?
I'm not ever doing that.
Whoa.
Wait. So you know what? I've
I
always
did
heard the
it.
one-chip
I did it
challenge. What is
once.
the one-chip
Did you?
challenge?
Yeah, Tori and I bought one and we ate it
What is
together.
happening?
If you
You put a chip in your mouth and you just chew it, and then you're supposed to turn your whole mouth blue, and then
Yes.
that's it.
Yep.
That's
It's
the chip
hot, right?
challenge.
It was-
Dude, it is insanely hot. Yeah, it like hurts. It's just
I'm not
like
doing it.
painful. Yeah,
I already know.
So I think my biggest
like
problem
we
with
bled.
spice-
We bled from the mouth and the
What?
anus.
yeah, that's my biggest problem. Like, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I lived with an Indian family for a short amount of time.
Whoa!
Like, get
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
somebody might have
Just
to get
one?
ready.
Mhm.
Get ready with the cancel button, and also get ready with a PC Sean on this one. But I did. I lived with an Indian family for probably like a few months while I was moving. I moved out of where my current situation was to, anyways. But their food was so spicy that literally I was shitting fire every night, and I took an ice cube
Not
from my ass.
literally.
Literally vis-a-vis. Like
Whoa.
I was shitting fire. It was crazy. I had to dip toilet paper in milk. So, oh god,
Little Victoria, there goes your
Victoria.
chance of
Wow.
presidency.
Victoria's been
Wow.
canceled. Yeah, so
I
this
don't know
would
if
be.
I've ever heard
Wow.
that before.
Oh my god, but
dude.
yes, classy family from yes, Asia. That
Damn.
So
Eastern Asia.
is it? Would Sean's not going to do it. I won't do it. There's no way I could do it. Would either
No,
of you
I
do the
can't.
one chip?
I can't do it because of literally like just spices pass through me so fast, and like
Mm.
that's like my ass was like swollen probably for.
So that's the
Right.
thing. Tori doesn't know this, but when we did the challenge, I spat mine into a napkin because I didn't want to. I didn't want to
Dang.
swallow it because I knew it was gonna fuck up my guts and my butt. So I
Yeah.
like when she
Oh.
wasn't looking, I was like, "Bleh, bleh," and
I'm
like
sending her
spat
this
away.
clip.
Yeah, is she learning that right now?
And broke my-
The only way I won't send it is if you do it on the show live, and you have to
Oh.
do it at the beginning of a show.
You'll
Oh,
probably
you
just grab it Dorito.
bastard.
Of course.
We should get Phil come back on and do it.
Yeah,
Phil
I'm
will
sure
do it.
Phil
Oh,
will
that'd
do
be
that.
Get
dope.
him to do
Yeah.
it.
And then when he's on fire and doesn't know his way out of it, then we just end it, push him out of it. Okay, that was that. PSA.
Oh.
PSA.
Oh, it's hey, what's that? It's another Public Sean announcement.
There is one L in canceled. Just remember that one L in canceled. Unless you live in England, then there are two.
Really?
Yes.
And that's been another Public Sean announcement.
I was thinking at one point of doing a podcast just so I could use this title. It was going to be called Canceled, Not Canceled. It was going to be canceled, not canceled.
I dig it.
BS Jeffrey said there's a hilarious clip of two newscasters doing the chip thing. The dude melts. The gal was Ethiopian and was used to spicy, and she just says, yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
really?
And the guy keeps looking at her like, this isn't fucking affecting you. He's just sweating. He's in pain. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Well, excuse me. I wonder what the next TikTok trend thing we're going to do.
Yeah, what should we...
I mean, we'll see it. We'll find out.
Yeah.
You dance?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
And do it quick because our segment may be short run. There was another bill introduced today to cancel TikTok at the federal level. But it's actually Mark Rubio is putting out. So Department of Defense has already outlawed it. So you can't, they've just stripped most federal agencies and a lot of state agencies are now making it
to where you can't add it to those. You can't add those apps to your phone
because those devices.
To those devices because it's China based still.
Yeah.
And so one, you don't want them to have access to your data. But number two, it is. I mean, you think about, we've talked about this multiple times. The TikTok version of China versus the TikTok version of here. Ours is all, quick dopamine hits, right?
Yeah.
Where everybody's like, oh, look, there's a chick dancing, or hey, there's a dude dancing, or whatever it may be. It's nothing innovative like the Chinese one, right? Where it's like, oh, this guy is becoming an astronaut or an engineer.
Yeah, these kids are making iPhones in a factory. Like that kind of stuff. Exactly. Right.
Manny.
No, that doesn't mean that's just truth.
Yeah,
if you're using any phone, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, it's I mean, cheap labor out there, man. It's pretty crazy how things are made. And if you want $1,000, or $3,000 iPhone, feel free to build it.
Right, man.
All right, let's we gotta get our plugs in. Sean, do you want to plug anything other than that
I want to
tooth?
Plug a I'm just recovering, man. Just getting ready. Oh, I got a special in March out in Boston.
Hell yeah.
So come out and check that out.
Nobody will come to mind because they go to that.
I make fake tickets.
Oh, Manulus?
Yeah, let's see. So December 16th, this Friday, I will be at the Laugh Tech comedy thing over in Bothell at let's see, what is it called? Brewing Barrel House. And so yeah, make sure you come out. Jeremy Horn's headlining.
Oh shit.
So I'll be the feature for that. And then the following week I will be at Trenchers, I think on the 20th, headlining. So yeah, fun times.
Tyler?
This Saturday I'll be at the Fox Cabernet in Vancouver, British Columbia. And then Sunday I will be at Spokane, Washington for dope shows, both spots. Timmy Booth headlining Saturday. That's gonna be a great one. And then Kelsey Cook's headlining on Sunday.
Nice.
Dope.
So
Nice, man.
I'm gonna get
when's the Dab show?
inside info. The Dose Show?
Or the Dab show. What was the other one?
The Dose.
Oh, the
show.
Dose show. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a mushroom show.
Mm.
And that is going to be January 28th. I just got a message while we were casting from a concerned citizen about the show.
Really?
Oh, what was their concern, dude? Can you
They
say?
were like, you cannot advertise that you're going to be taking mushrooms. They haven't been legalized like this. And I'm just like, blocked, loser.
Somebody took time to. That's crazy. Somebody actually took time to do that.
Fucking Karen.
Oh,
People
yeah, dude.
blow my mind.
Oh, dude. It's
Wow.
Karen. Did that guy from Arizona
Mhm.
ever get back to you? Yeah, Tyler?
Oh, the idiot, the guy who didn't like
no.
the.
No. A guy who was at one of my shows and he kept offering me weed and everything, and he has a weed company, and in Arizona, and so I'm getting him and Tyler together about doing a dope show possibly.
Thank you. Yeah,
my show. Yeah, that's you, Carlos. All right, my show's coming up next week. I'll be at Brad Garrett's here in Las Vegas, and that's all. I'll just plug that. And then, as Sean was mentioning, March 15th, I'll be in Boston filming a special at Capo's in South Boston, and then that weekend, Big Irish J and Friends at Laugh Boston. You can go to Big Irish J for tickets. Until next week, bye. Sean loves it.
Bye.
Oh, nice. That's